your host, Stacey R, and I'm dressed like this because it's freezing outside and it's windy. It looks like he is frozen. Hey, Noah.
Hey,
Hey, can you hear me?
yeah, I'm ready. How you doing?
I'm good. Where are you? Where do you live?
My name is Noah. I'm from New York. I'm on vacation right now in Detroit. I live in New York.
Okay. So you're inside a building right now?
Yeah, no, I'm actually in a quiet spot outside, but
Okay. I could still hear the wind against it. So, oh,
Oh,
how was your life when you were growing up as a kid?
some days are better than others. My dad didn't always believe in me too well, and I got bullied some of the time. But I always found ways to prove people wrong, and that was the best revenge I could ever get. So,
That's,
success, the best revenge. So.
yeah, that's awesome. Um, how growing up, did you have to have like special classes for your autism?
Oh, no doubt. I was pretty much special ed my whole entire time in school, K through 12. I got made fun of for it, but I always found ways to like fire back and crack jokes back at people. So, then I would use it in diss rhymes, but I freestyled people.
Mm-hmm.
I'd always like find ways to do that in the cafeteria during lunchtime. So, but yeah, I had a lot of special ed. People would make fun of me for it, but I just say, you're jealous. I get more individualized attention than you. I didn't let it get me down. I was overall pretty happy. My dad didn't support my, goal of being a rapper and all that. My sister admires it. She's not against it, but it's not her favorite. But she thinks that, I have a lot of determination, and then she's really happy. At least I put myself out there. So at least she admires it.
What made you want to become a rapper?
Probably since I was like in middle school, probably 11, 12 years old. But then there, I was sitting around listening to the radio, and DMX song came on, Rough Riders Anthem, and it kind of stuck ever since.
I'm sorry, what song?
Rough Riders Anthem, DMX. I was sitting around listening to the radio one day after school, and before I was doing my homework, I wanted to take a breather, and I had a long day at school, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to the radio, and I got DMX on there. Rough Riders Anthem. I was listening to a local radio station, Hot 97 in New York, and I was like, all right, let me do this real quick now.
So
Sounded really
DMX
cool.
DMX was your idol?
Yeah, I grew up admiring DMX, big time idol. This is my favorite. Him, Jay-Z, Eminem, but yeah, DMX is my favorite though.
Yeah, I like some DMX songs.
Me
Um,
too.
he's unfiltered, I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah, he just tells it like it is. Eminem does. Ja Rule was good until you started talking about people's kids. So
Well,
Ja Rule.
DMX does have a very disturbing rap songs too. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean they all kind of touch on a lot of things that people wouldn't touch on. Some people wouldn't touch on.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta tell things like they are sometimes. So
Yeah.
just gotta just tell it like it is.
So
Yeah, Eminem does that
what is
too.
your rap about?
I tend to rap about being a white guy liking black women. People give me a hard time about it growing up. And in North Carolina, a couple people from the KKK were giving me a hard time about it, saying, "Oh, there's no available white woman around." And yeah, I cussed at them with the F word, and they beat me down. There's two of them. I was like
Wow.
15 years old in North Carolina, so I was sitting down the floor in New York, and I just had a bad temperament. I didn't like being talked to the way I was, and it was the 21st century. You think at some point they'd get over that kind of crap, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, some people are still ignorant, and ignorance never dies. It just never goes away. Yeah, my dad get on me about it too. For not dating a white woman. I'm like, I like what I like. So, you know, I know some black guys that like dates white women. And I know some white women that just date black guys. And I know white guys just date black women. I know black women just date white guys. I mean, it ain't no big deal. I mean, especially in the late 90s, early 2000s, 60s is over. Times is
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, but they're still in that same time. The times are changing and they're always going to stay the same.
Unfortunately, you're right. Places like North Carolina, especially South, is even worse. So,
But you always kind of
yeah,
wonder what's going to happen if they ever got their way and all of the immigrants and minorities moved out of this country and leave them to their own vices. Who would they hate after that?
probably themselves, probably. So that's where it all starts. It starts from within. It starts with self hate and just leads out because you can't love other people and love yourself. So that's what I was always told. My sister told me that. My late aunt Keisha told me that. God rest her soul. So,
Yeah.
you can't love other people. If you're not loved, then you ain't going to be able to do it if you don't know how. But you got to break generational cycles, and it starts with us sometimes. The buck stops here. You just got to end it. Instead of
Yeah.
making excuses for their past, you just got to put your foot down and say enough's enough and end it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all you can do. Yeah, I rap about, racial harmony to an extent, about, black and white people uniting and all that. And so, I mean, I do some political jobs at Trump to be funny, but I mean, no, Obama, who's her baby mama, contest.
What is it called?
And I got a song coming out called Obama for Your Baby Mama, and I do have a couple diss tracks I'm gonna put up about Trump.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
Trump I don't like, so I never did like him to begin with. So
I don't know the man, so I don't know much about him.
I knew people used to work for him in Central Park, and the guy just wanted to say hi to him, and he told him to get lost.
Mm,
It's mean. It's not
mm.
nice at all, but it's a crazy world we live in.
Yeah, there are mean people out there.
Yeah, I have to let out my emotions. You gotta let them out.
So is that how you basically deal with your like issues and your technique through your music?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I definitely just rap, done some stand up comedy, but mainly just through my rap, just let it out there, record it, re record it, and put it out there and see what people think. Let the whole world hear it for what it is and let them decide what they like and don't like and kind of go from there. That's
Okay,
all you can
so
do.
so in a normal day, how would you process your rep? Like what steps would you be doing? Like are you writing it down and you going over it? What's your day to day on, processing your rep music?
I tend to write it down in a journal or like in my notes section on my phone and kind of go over the lyrics and the hook and see what sounds good. I make some beats off the and down off a app that I download to my phone, so I kind of hear what sounds good and what does it, and kind of put it out there from there. That's what I tend to do. But
How do you make your beats?
the app, the different apps you can download, the beat making apps.
Yeah, what's your favorite app that you use?
I use Beatmaker Pro. It's been pretty good. I've had a lot of success with it so far.
Is that free?
It's free. I mean, if you want to sit through ads, which I don't mind, but if you want to not sit through ads and get extra features, you just pay out of pocket every month. It's like
Mm,
$5 a month. You pay either debit card or what have you. your PayPal card, Cash App, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Can't
Yeah.
complain. Yes, Stacy, I can't complain one bit.
That's a smart thing. So how do you develop and grow throughout your process as a rapper?
That's a good question. No one's ever asked me that before. I want to start off by saying thank you for the question and thank you for having me, by the way. I really appreciate it. Um, yeah, it is the whole process, I've just practiced over time and I record the rhymes and try to play them back and hear it a few times to see how it sounds. If I don't like how it sounds, I just re-record them, until it sounds the way I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'll have other people listen to them too and get other input.
Mm-hmm.
So like, oh, it's the input, that's the only way I'm gonna get better at something, just like anything else. So
Yeah.
it's just how. Um,
So you took a couple of my advice.
yeah, so far I've took down some YouTube videos. I'm working on re-recording them, so I've written some lyrics down so far. So I haven't re-uploaded anything yet, but I'm in the process of it though.
Yeah, I noticed
So,
with some of these online or YouTube rappers, they always start with the music first, and then I guess they go the speed of the excuse me, they go the speed of the music with their hook.
oh, no doubt, yeah. I was watching that Canadian rapper you were telling me about actually the other day. It was pretty good. I was taking your advice on that, and yeah, but
What's his name? Colin or Connor? Connor?
Connor, yeah, forget his
Yeah.
last name, but yeah, he's really good, and just kept practicing and practicing. And with that one app I was telling you about, you can practice the rhythm of making the beat.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of the apps that do that too, but yeah, you just practice making the beat, and you go through like a practice session. They give you lessons on it, on how to make the beat and how to like go through with the rhythm and all that.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like it would be a lot of fun just making stuff and going with it. Another person that I like, she's like a YouTuber, but she incorporates her singing and her rap. She sounds like a female version of Eminem.
Oh,
Hers is like Queen Herbie, I think that's her name, but she spells it Qveen.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cause
Queen Harpy.
she'll do it, she'll slow it down, but there's one time I was listening to her and she was doing she speeded up and I was like, wow, she hit those notes.
Darn, like Twister, huh?
Yeah, well, no, she probably a little bit slower than that.
Maybe Ludacris, maybe.
Yes, definitely there. Most,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, I'm going to check her out. That'd be cool.
yeah, but as far as preferences and relationship, I don't think that should matter to anyone else. It shouldn't affect anybody else. I've dated um interracially for years.
Hmm.
And the whole thing I understand is that it really doesn't matter, you know, when you meet people that are not worth your time, they're all the same, no matter what color they are anyways. So you
That's
don't want to
cool.
really like limit yourself to just small boundaries, small areas, small sections. You want to like
Yeah.
broaden your horizon and see exactly what's right for you and what you could do. So, it's hard and it's frustrating, because everyone goes through that. People want to look at you like you're a weirdo, or they want to see you for something else when you're just like everybody else. You're a human being. You just choose to do something different that no one else is doing.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. And my dad used to get on me for not being open minded for dating black women. And I said something to him just to get a kind of reaction out of him, and he made a comment saying he said anything had to do with homosexuality, and I said, "You're the one that told me to quit living in the past and all that, learn how to become more open-minded."
That
I
what?
got
Say that again?
my dad's kind of old school, and he got on my case once, and he's against me dating outside my race, and
Hmm.
he made a comment to me saying I used to hate anything to do with homosexuality. He's against that too, and I was like, "Well, you're the one that told me to quit living in the past and all that, learn how to become more open-minded." Because I was trying to adjust to life in New York at the time and adjust to living at his house, and I said, "I'm just learning how to become more open-minded, like you wanted," and he got really mad. I remember.
Uh, yeah, you gotta be able to teach people what you really want, especially with kids, but it shouldn't really matter though, you know.
Yeah,
Um, so um what's inspiring you now for your rep career?
that's a good question. Probably to prove that just because you have autism, no matter what end of the spectrum you're on, that it's possible to put yourself out there, take your chances. 'Cause you never know what someone's gonna like or not like until you give it a shot. Really, in this case, I'm not trying to mimic Eminem here or nothing like that. I mean, he's a great rapper, but trying to sign, I got my own identity here, and that's basically the reason for me. I know
I
I'm 35 pushing 40. Go ahead.
No, I was saying with this day and age, you really don't even need to try to get signed with a rep. You could just stay focused on your rep and get your music out there without even bothering with anybody else, which I see you do that because you have SoundCloud and Spotify.
I got both of those. Yeah, I've got distribution labels I've gone through and put out music. So yeah, I got both of those. So I got YouTube and yeah,
What's your favorite song that you have written?
probably time to pull the plug about my stepmom. Probably.
Oh, okay. You want to give us a taste of that one?
Yeah, why not? It's pretty mean. Yo, 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 my stepmom, overweight. She got a controlling attitude. Me and my sister used to have to go to bed at 8:30 at night, even though we were grown. You had to live by law and strict rules. My stepmom made my dad pay for everything. She controlled when he came home. Stepmom's such a control freak. She buy everything with his credit card. Her and my dad shared an email address. Can't afford electricity because my stepmom ain't working. She lives off my dad day after day. Wonder why she's so cheap. She needs to go back to West Virginia where she belongs. She don't belong in New York City. But my dad likes her. She's right, no one calls because no one cares. Stepmom in the hospital. Electric bill getting too high. So time to pull the plug, time to pull the plug, time to pull the plug. Stepmom in the hospital. Electric bill getting too high. So time to pull the plug, time to pull the plug, time to pull the plug.
Oh, wow, that's really harsh. What happened to your stepmom? Is she still alive?
No, she's still alive. She's just mean. She complain all the time. She's just real mean. Like once she thought I dropped the board game, right? Because she had like an adoption party at the house. So my dad adopted two of her kids from a previous marriage, and she thought I had dropped the checkered board, right? And
Uh-huh.
it was plastic. It wasn't me. It was another lady who was holding on to it. She happened to be from our church, and she stepped in and said, "No, I did." And yeah, she always liked to blame me for something that went wrong, no matter what it was. She wanted to blame me and nitpick with me all the time.
So she has other kids with your dad or no?
They have one child they had together. I just think she's trying to trap him, though. But that's my opinion.
Oh.
She doesn't trust him. She has a stalking app on his phone, like where you can trace who someone is. She has that on his phone. She don't trust him. She knows how she got with him. So
Mm. Well, so I see that you take life and you use it as your inspiration for music. Is there any like, um, but you have no filter, so you'll really just be blunt about it.
Yeah, you just gotta put it out there. I do like a song. Yeah, you're right. My stepmom. I mean, there's some things I did, and some of it she bought on herself too. So I mean, she used to get on me for even dating black women, and my dad lets her run everything and control everything. Again, he goes out and pays the bills and works, and that's what he does. Lets her run everything, and that's
Mm.
unfortunate. So,
What's their gripe with black women?
well, my stepmom's from West Virginia, and it's a racist state. So, you got a lot of Republicans there. I'm not saying all of them are racist, but
Hmm.
she grew up like our family kind of racist too, especially the mom. Not so much the dad. The dad's pretty cool, but the mom's. But yeah, she just gripes all the time, bad attitude, and she gets on me for being overweight, but she's overweight. And then want to get to my sister for being overweight after giving birth to her second child. She's
Mm.
like, do as I say, but don't do as I do.
Gotcha. Yep, I've heard those lines before. And the
Yeah,
children are always going to do what their parents do. And well, not always. Sometimes if you have uh, a tendency to be hateful towards the things that your parents do, you might go a little bit opposite, but they're gonna decide whether or not what you're doing is right or not. And they're either gonna go the latter of that whole situation. So
yeah,
sometimes it's just best to lead by example.
yeah.
I don't,
I
and
agree.
I don't think if they have like if they had a strong relationship, you probably wouldn't think to go the other direction. Um, because a lot of times that happens in a household. That's how a child is molded, is when they see certain things going on that they are not happy with, and they're just like, you know what, it might be happier in this situation.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I applaud you for using your rap to get out your feelings. You might want to do a little bit more rhyming though. Just kind of
True.
like a little bit of you know, um poetry to that.
That's true.
So
That's true.
then
That
it doesn't sound too much like you're just saying it. It is more like a poet and you just didn't know
gotcha.
it.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
what's next for you? What's the next step? You said something about doing a show for you had an upcoming show or something you were doing?
I'd probably work on my rhymes, work on crafting it more, like you've been saying. So work on rhyming words. That's probably what I'll do. Maybe listen to some other artists and see how they rhyme the words together. Kind of from there.
Oh yeah,
And
that's definitely the best thing to do. I know like I'm not the best at podcasting, but what I do is I go and I watch other podcasters and I take tips and I write down ideas from them and I get help from a lot of people.
no doubt, yeah. That's what I do. Even with some of the comedians, you just kind of jot down ideas. But yeah, some of the rappers, you just see what they're going through. What's Jay-Z? What did he go through in Marcy and Brooklyn kind of thing?
Who?
And then kind of Jay-Z. Sometimes I listen to Jay-Z and think, okay, what did he go through? Like, listen to more of the lyrics than the beat and just think, okay, what did he go through? He raps about what he went through to Jay-Z and Eminem and
Yeah, you've got the material. You just got to make the material rhyme and you got to make the material flow with the music. So,
yeah,
like you have, I mean, when you think of rappers, you always think of someone struggling and they've got the material to talk about it because most artists is that's how they continue until they become rich and famous and then they're like, well, what am I going to rap about? My millions of dollars now. So having that
sure.
information, that upbringing and that struggle is what makes for a good record.
No doubt, no doubt, definitely.
Yeah,
You
so
made a point, so yeah.
I mean, if I was a rapper, I'd probably try, but like I'm not, so I just do podcasting. And I just teach people how to
Yeah.
do podcasting.
Yeah, I'll probably change up some of my lyrics or just record, kind of start from scratch. It's probably my next goal.
Okay,
Just
well
start
keep
from scratch. Yeah.
well, you've got the beats and you've got the idea. Don't start too much from scratch, but like you just keep going, and try to
Yeah,
get
no
yourself
doubt.
out there and be safe.
Absolutely, definitely. Maybe rap more about the autism and how it still struggles to this day as an adult. It doesn't just go away when you turn 18, 21 years old. You're born
Yeah.
that way and it never goes away. So,
No, I get it. I know people that are autistic and they just go through life. They just live it.
yeah, that's all you can do.
But
Yeah.
where can we listen to your music? Like you have it on Spotify. Do you have a YouTube channel where you upload it?
Yeah, I definitely have a YouTube channel under the same name, Noah Keion Jackson. I have quite a few profiles on their channels. They went through some distribution labels, so that definitely helps. But yeah, you can find me on YouTube, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Pandora. Yeah, just check me out.
All right. Do you want to we got a little bit left. You want to let everybody know who's a up and coming rapper? Tell them any little advice or give them any advice?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Just let it flow natural. You don't have to come up with the music overnight. Just keep working toward it. If you get
Yeah,
frustrated, take a break, come back to it.
I gotcha.
Don't let your life define you. Don't let your past define you. Just rap about what you've been through. Rap about what you've been through, and rap what people can relate to, and kind of put it together.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to take chances. Just kind of put yourself out there. Stage fright's normal. You just get through it. Just gotta appreciate it. Gotta be up there, go through it in order to appreciate it. That's really all you can do.
So you're thinking about touring then in the future?
Oh, definitely. I'm thinking about going back to the Apollo, so I auditioned there a couple times.
Oh, okay. Well, get all your stuff ready because the Apollo's hard. It's hardcore.
Oh, I know. I already been. They booed me twice, so I already know.
Well, when you get booed twice, you go back differently and then see if they'll remember you. That's what makes you famous.
I know. Yeah, no doubt. That's why I don't give up. It happens to the best of them as far as people getting booed. So, Eminem got booed in 8 Mile. Jay-Z's been booed, so they always bounce back.
Yeah, just take all the advice that everyone is giving you and prepare for it. And then the next time we see you on the Apollo, you'll be moving on,
Oh, no doubt. And I can help other people. Like next Timberland or Dr. Dre.
right? Exactly. Well, Noah,
Yeah,
thank
no
you so
doubt.
much for being on the show. I really appreciate the time that you took out. Thanks for showing me around a little bit of where are you? Chicago?
I'm in Detroit. I'm visiting Detroit, but I live
Oh,
in New
Detroit.
York right now.
Oh, okay. Well, you showed
Yeah,
me
no
like the
problem.
sky.
Oh, sorry I didn't show you more.
No, you can
Show
flip
you
the
what?
camera around.
All right. Oh, yeah, let me find that. Oh, here I am right here. I'm behind a weed dispensary right now.
Oh, okay. I guess you can't film out there.
Yeah, I can't film in there. They don't want to distract customers. They asked them about it earlier and they said no. They said, if you
Oh,
want to go behind our building, you can.
oh.
Unfortunately, sorry about that. But that's a cool thing in the background you got going.
Oh yeah, because I don't know why the graphics and the video on mine isn't working that well. So I figure I just find my avatar. I was looking for my regular avatar, but this one showed up.
Oh, that sounds cool.
All right.
Appreciate it, Stacy.
You're welcome. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All righty.
You take care,
You
please.
too.
Bye,
All right.
bye.
I'll keep in touch.
Sounds good, buddy. Bye.
Bye.